Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, and my personal reinforcements have arrived. That's right, our personal airstrip has been busy producing a conscript, a female Soviet conscript, for the past couple 9 months. She has safely landed, and that's all my mortal coil, my sleep-deprived mortal coil can tell you about that right now. So let's focus our attention on the game at hand. This is going to be part 3 or game 3 in a best of 3 series between two RAGL admins, and the referees are going into overtime here because the last time we ended off at a 1-1 draw. This is going to be the final match here between Mr. PointOne, give it up for PointOne from the United States of America, as Pitch Black and also as Ukraine, and his opponent from Belarus with the bad internet connection. Nah, it's Netnazgul. Premiere to this channel, by the way, as I've been made aware. I thought I had some casts with him, but no. He has been an RAGL referee for the past couple seasons, like 3 seasons already, I think, 3rd season running, maybe 2nd. Okay, and he's also spawning as Ukraine, very close to his heart here. This is gonna be in the playtest again, and disclaimer, yes, I've seen it on stream, but yes, I've also completely forgotten about everything here because pregnancy dementia is a thing, secondhand even. This is gonna be a doggo opener for PointOne. I wanna see the running animation, come on. You unfortunately can't force fire the ground with dogs, like that would be busted. I would love that. Would love it to death. Trying to snipe an engineer. Nope. Also their HP has been slightly buffed a couple patches back, so if you now engage into a stationary infantry, they take 3 salvos to take you down, and if you get the angle right, if you don't waste any time stutter stepping or anything, you're probably gonna kill the rifle infantry. Not sure how it's gonna work with the decreased leap range now, because decreased leap range means it's gonna take him a lot longer to get to the intended target, but at least used to be the case. So anyway, that's 2 Derricks for both. First Derrick for both of them, second Derrick probably coming online after this. And a War Factory rush versus a double ore refinery. Which leads me to wonder, because PointOne hasn't invested... Well, he has invested into 2 engineers. So, scratch that, disregard. Probably isn't APC rush? No, that's an ore truck rush. Double ore truck plus 2 engineers. So, slightly on the greedier side here. Also, the map is Burning Plains. One of my favorites. What can I say? I've played like 60% of my RHL games on those. I've always been a fan of that. It's made by Eskimo, as far as I'm aware. It's a very good one. So, double oil derricks, 3 harvesters, nothing too special here. And, no, nothing too special? Well, I lied. Plot twist. That's an interesting drop here. That's gonna be 2 rockets and 3 Grens, maybe. Maybe just dropping off the rockets to harass the econ. Try bait out the flame tower and then go for a power snipe. No, okay. Rockets are gonna be left behind. This good old slogan, no rockets left behind. It's a lie. So that's gonna leave him with a slightly disadvantageous eco situation, but at the same time he's gonna have so much field presence here. And he can honestly snipe both the derricks. I think that's the smartest and most prudent investment. Yes, it's gonna give away the fact that there's gonna be an APC on the way, but at the same rate, it's just gonna snipe 2 of the oil derricks. And that's gonna be like 1,000 dead in the water. Those 2 engineers, that shit ain't gonna come cheap. That shit's gonna cost you a fortune. Flame tower preemptively deployed. Usually not that big of an advantage because your opponent knows you don't have a flame tower. Oh, never mind. There it is. This drop has been mildly unsuccessful. And that's a very polite way of putting it. That's the diplomat's way of stating things. Which, in other words, it's a train wreck. But nothing too big lost so far. Up to 5 harvesters is PointOne as well. And he's gotten his oil derrick safely capped. So there's that. Also, I'm gonna continue my streaming cycle starting from February the 12th. So if you wanna chime in, that would be awesome. Hoping to see some of you guys there. We're gonna test the waters, how it goes with our little girl. Whether she is gonna feel disturbed by Twitch chat, and by all the chatter that's going on, but I doubt. I think we're gonna be just fine. That's gonna be the Condyard deploy. Ooh, I've spotted a hijacker. Hell yeah. Little known fact, hijackers have stealth, but it's different from regular stealth. So let's see whether this is gonna come into play. They cloak after like, I think 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds maybe, but their core trait, ooh, that's the target, that's the juiciest. I think he's trying to wait for a harvester. Anyway, so, but their cloaking trait gets revealed by all types of infantry. So this is gonna be a 1 tank push here. 1 tank push from Net, probably not too successful. And a super aggressive Kanyard from PointOne. He's immediately trying to cut off the supply routes there. And yeah, for now it's gonna look like he's in a good position because he has been able to fortify. Ooh, the Grenadier has been undeployed here. Nope, no such luck. Should have tried sweeping for rifle infantry earlier. Ooh, Tesla Coil versus Tesla Coil. This is gonna be a very disadvantageous position for Netnazgul because he has the ore field in Tesla range. Should have pulled back, but yeah, it's a science of its own. And that's a well-fortified positional advantage for PointOne. Netnazgul is forced to reroute his secondary MCV here. Wait. What? Did that get... No, that didn't get stolen. No. That just came from here. That must be his... 3rd expansion, really? Well, that's a relatively early 3rd Kanyard then. Which explains the lack of a field presence here. It is still contentious. Zap time? Zap time, indeed. He's still content sitting back, not anymore. No longer, the floodgates have been opened, but this is such a well-fortified position from PointOne. There is no way you can muscle your way through here. This is just Death Valley. Little Maginot line being set up here. And, ooh, he needs the Tesla Coil power back online. Could snipe another harvester here. What is PointOne doing? Trying to abandon the position here. This Kanyard hasn't been scouted. Nope, it hasn't. Which means that there's basically a secret expansion going on right there from Netnazgul. Let's see whether that's enough to bring him back into the game, because right now it's not looking too hot. He's lost a lot of assets there. Well, yeah, PointOne is now trying to march his way back in, muscle his way through. Unfortunately, the tank is exactly where it shouldn't be, firing from the back lines. Well, the base creep might be an obnoxious... Ooh, the heavy tank husk is blocking the infantry from marching forward. That is nasty. Pathfinding is gonna have a really tough time with that one. So forced to reroute his forces is PointOne, and Netnazgul still has his expansion safely going on. Probably... Oh, that might hit a nasty timing. If he deploys a refinery there. If he deploys a refinery there, then that immediately gets spotted by PointOne and he immediately snipes the harvester. That's just, yeah, a big investment. Gonna cause troubles. Okay, that's again the Tesla Coil bug. I think I filed a PR for that one. Tesla Coils fire on things outside their targeting range. Occasionally. There is the occasional zap that was not supposed to happen. I really don't know about that ore refinery by Net. He's deployed another one here though, so he's gonna be a Gucci at least for the time being. No one has taken up to radar yet. Come on. It's soft versus soft. Another ore truck reduced to slags. And this oil derrick is probably gonna go down. Okay, Net still has a secret expansion, right? Yeah. Yeah, seriously. PointOne has no idea that this is there. This is super awesome for him. And the hijacker earlier got just sniped. I'd wager. So we've got a relatively even playing field. We've got one oil derrick down here, and PointOne still has his oil derricks. So that's one of the more redeeming factors. That one could easily get sniped, by the way. But with units, not auto-targeting structures any longer, might take a while until Netnazgul notices. Because this is flagged as basically a neutral structure. Well, a hostile structure, but a non-dangerous hostile structure. So it doesn't actually get targeted. Ouch. That's gonna be a flame charter. Hey, the last blast was really good. That was a targeted blast and killed some of the rockets. Yeah, nice little detachment, but it's not gonna accomplish anything in the end because Netnazgul simply has transferred his harvester. And maybe, just maybe, PointOne is now expanding here. He has moved his Kanyat from up north. So yeah, maybe, just maybe, this is gonna lull PointOne into a false sense of security because he thinks he's got him cornered. But there is actually one more expansion than what he's accounting for right now. This is gonna be an all-out attack from Netnazgul into this fortified cluster of units. I really doubt he wants to fight that. He's got line of sight advantage though, so there's that. Needs to kill. PointOne needs to kill Net's refinery. Straight up. Straight up. Okay, no harvesters have died in the makings of this movie. And there is an NCV flank, I guess. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a pretty good time because it's masked by an army movement. There is also a radar dome now for Net. Ooh, this is gonna get spicy. Let's check the... Wow! There is a 6k army lead though for PointOne. Still, that's gonna be a bit annoying because he's gonna have to contend with the Tesla quad spam here. That's power and Tesla creep. And most of his army closing in now. They're not as out of position as I thought. Oh, nasty. One heavy tank has found its way into the goal lines. That's such a good play from Net. Just leave it sitting here. Such good play from PointOne. But Net ultimately is gonna be dislodged here. Not Net ultimately paying attention and is gonna dislodge PointOne. That's where I'm trying to get at with this here. And that's seemingly the base creep down. Yep. Most of the forces. Wow, that's an army and a half. That's lots of flavors as well. Really expensive, but leads me to wonder maybe that's a little too light on the anti-armor. He has scrimped and saved and cut corners in the anti-armor department. And also, that is an attack move into wherever this army, wherever attack move takes it. This is gonna be where it's gonna end up. Alright. That's a little death march here. Some of these guys are probably gonna die of dysentery. Let's see. One more truck down. Tesla quills are so hard to dislodge. Oh, V2 as well. This is an expensive ass army that just got traded away for like one ore truck. The other side of the map though, PointOne is prevailing. He is finally starting to get the pushback here. Yep. Wow, and that's gonna be a lot of dead ore trucks. The lifelines, the eco lifelines, his lifeblood is gonna be traded away for probably a Kanyat. Bad rally. Should have rallied it south and then up north here. And country roads. No country roads in sight, so I think the heavy tank is ultimately gonna catch up. Or is it? Oh no! The targeting messed up and targeted an infantry. He even had a flak truck there. That could have been an easy wipe from Net if he had just pulled the flak truck in. Well, that's an expansion for expansion. Tit for tat. And I've just seen a Kanyat glitch in and out of existence. But what really happened, I think, is there used to be Kanyat here and it died. It got destroyed off screen, and then the animation didn't play properly. But that stuff happens occasionally. OpenRA is relatively bug-free anyway, but sometimes some visual glitches are still there. Alright. Ooh, one ore truck, two ore trucks. Hell yeah. Tesla quill down. Nice force fire as well with the V2 here from Netnazgul. There is one more ore truck to claim here. A little shooting gallery. Oh, I love this shooting gallery. Perfect! V2, the rocket launcher should pull back. Probably not happening. Ooh, melee V2, but still, ultimately paying the price. Wow, this Kanyard had no business escaping. Just look at the health. Look at this health pool, this is like barely visible. Awesome stuff. Okay, he sniped one ore truck here. That's a lot of heavy tanks, and he should have kept going here. He should have kept going inside the main base of Netnazgul. It was his only war factory. It was his eco lifeline there, and it was also his tech. At least half of his tech there. His tier 1.5. That would have been a very juicy snipe target. Heavy tank here in the eco lines as well. Annoying at least. Mildly annoying. Ha! This advanced power plant is still holding strong. Still some positional advantage there. Nice line of sight. The civilian wrath has been unleashed, the angry mob. Can the angry mob take down a harvester? We're just gonna... no hands. We're just gonna observe them. Alright, what's the army value looking like? Oh, yeah, that's a nice little dip here. Netnazgul has started to fall behind. Oops, that's a heavy tank lost to a random stray flame tower. We don't want to do that. So this army from Net is interesting, but the problem is it does have very little in ways of anti-armor. This is good versus stationary targets. This is also good versus bases, but it's not good versus armor. And if your opponent is worth his salt, he's just gonna keep his tanks moving and dodge pretty much all the V2s. So yeah, I love what Net is doing here. He's just dispatched 2 rocket soldiers onto the eco lines. The rest is going in, trying to tackle the forces here, trying to get some structures down. Well, he's not gonna get too much, I'd wager, because the main army of PointOne is just homing in on the target. Uh-oh. Homing in onto the V2 here. This is not gonna get a second shot off. No, sir. No way, Jose. This is gonna be the red card from the referee. Ooh. Zook to the back. That's gonna be a red card and a ban for lifetime. Banned by Zooks. Oh, there is a last little heavy tank. Netnazgul trying his darndest to appease the Ortrak gods by killing one of them, sacrificing. But yeah, there's an airfield out now for PointOne, and is there one for Net? This is so strange. So Netnazgul is very tech averse, that much I know, but he should really always just build an airfield, even if you don't build a Yak. You're gonna have countdowns, and you're gonna have timers on parabombs, spy plane, and paratroopers. Like, and neither of these support powers are to be underestimated. If you already have radar, like he does, invest the 500, like especially as Ukraine, doubly so as Ukraine. If you have the radar, just invest the 500 into an airfield. It's like the best bang for your buck that you can get, seriously. Probably, yeah, the best bang for buck in the entire game. This is a steal, basically. And with that, back to army value, back to you, Joe. What's it looking like? It's not looking too good here. Netnazgul is frantically starting to catch up. But there is PointOne still with a 2.5k asset lead. There we go. Oof, okay. Radar dome out here as well, and starting to produce mass airfields. That means a Yak transition is in order. So it's looking like this expansion is unclaimed. Oh, one problem here is that Netnazgul does have the bottom expansion, and conversely, there is no, well, there is no equivalent here for PointOne. He needs to move his Condyard up and get some refineries up. Is there a refinery in production? I hope so. Yep. Yeah, he needs to reclaim this. Starting to move out now. And as soon as... Uh-oh! Hijacker leading the charge. Well, it's not a hijacker. It's the artist formerly known as Hijacker. He's probably not gonna get too much done here, let's be real. Splitting them off as Netnazgul. I think he wants to... Ooh, that would be a juicy target. That would just be a free harvester. Come on, do it! We need to focus our eyes back on the game here. Back on the engagement. And back to you, Bobby. What do we have here? Well, Johnny, it looks like the hijacker is still sitting here in the ore field, not doing anything, not doing much of value. He's shaking his cape. He's shaking his cape again. He is apparently very confused here. That's a very good lethal V2 hit from Netnazgul, who is starting to gain some ground, starting to gain some leverage, but what's the hijacker doing? Oh my god, he revealed his face just again. Is he bald? I think he might be balding. Yes, hijackers are bald. What are they waving around? Is it like a bandana? Ooh. And that's the mobile flag coming in handy big time here, because flags... Well, that could have been worse. He just needs to get the miracle shots off with the V2s. That's the only way he's going to stop this push here. He needs to get V2 shots into the dead center of the infantry blob. Oh, that's not what he's looking for. Harvesters are standing still. Pride of the working class. Okay, he needs to make this one count. Finally a good hit. And pulling back, where is he going? The hell? What? Hijackers are going very deep this time around. This must have been an attack move. I see no logical conclusion as to why the hijacker would have gone that deep. Yeah, it was just an all-out attack there. Oh my goodness. After a rough start, it seems like it appears to be the case that Netnazgul is dismantling PointOne here in this engagement. And the army value graph, look at this, it is switched leads twice. So really strong start, really good comeback from PointOne, but right now it's looking like Netnazgul is probably going to be able to try to finish this game off. Finish him. This is going to be the good old finish him screen from Mortal Kombat. Also, yeah, it's going to finish him in style with tier 3. That's what we like to see here on this channel. I want Mammoth tanks. I demand a Mammoth tank. As a caster, I am entitled to at least one Mammoth tank per Soviet game. Nope, not gonna happen this time around, so they've gotta have to make it up on the back end. Wow! General Flak Truck as well. What did it kill there? Like, apart from the MCV, that one I saw. MCV, Yak, and something else. Must have killed like a tank or something as well. General Flak leading the charge. What a heroic game. Awesome match here from both Netnazgul and PointOne. Really back and forth. Look at the army graph. Switched sides. Yeah. Traded leads. Switched leads again. Switched leads again. Like 3 times over. That was a pretty back and forth way of engaging. Awesome, and it just goes to show this map always produces awesome games. Right. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be back with streaming, with some more content. Also live content. So tune in on the 12th. Other than that, I'm super hyped. Also, there is another thing in the playtest that I wanted to mention, not in this playtest, but there's probably going to be a new one before the release cycle. And so, we've gotten now tanks firing on the move automatically, and I think I've worded this I've worded it kind of badly last time around. Tanks could always fire on the move in OpenRA, but they never did so automatically, and in the process, when they lost line of sight, their turret defaulted. Now, it defaults back to the direction you're facing in, and that's not a problem if you're chasing someone, because then your turret is going to default forward anyway. But if you're fleeing from someone, your turret defaults away from the enemy as soon as you lose line of sight, and then it has to turn again. That's especially bad with Mammoth tanks, because Mammoth tanks, they have abysmal turret turn rate. They need to turn around all the way to face your enemy. Even the Tusks, like Tusks, also come from the turret, so the turret still needs to turn for them. And that's why they were so bad at fleeing from infantry blobs, because infantry would just catch up and shoot a couple Zooks into the back of the Mammoth, and the Mammoth could never turn around in time to shoot back, which now it is automatically, even if you don't issue any commands, even when retreating, the tank is going to acquire the next target that it sees, and that's going to make Mammoths lethal at kiting blobs. That's going to just improve the viability a lot. Other tanks as well, but like they're not good against infantry anyway, so I don't expect too much of a change outside of tank v tank engagements. Then there is the one fix that I was asking for, and Pishodi has delivered. This fix has now been, I think it's going to be in the next playtest cycle, is where you, if you can, well, control force fire was initially, there was a bug when control force fire, you controlled force fire into a spot and then you lost line of sight, so your artillery units or whatever got confused and instead went there, which was really bad, because you don't want to go where you want to shoot, right? You don't want to walk into an enemy army, you want to shoot into them. And this has been fixed now. There is a workaround where if you now control fire something, it's gonna hard target a cell, no matter whether you have line of sight or not. So you can scout with a Yak, pull away, lose line of sight, still remember where the opponent's army is, and force fire with control into the middle of the army. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna buff V2s and artillery's backup after the Fog of War Frozen Actors change. Alright, that's it for now. Stay hyped. We're gonna scrutinize the playtest as soon as it comes out, and see you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.